Over the past 7 years that I've been trading, I've been able to help over 47,200 students with their trading. And the number one question that I've always get, what lot size should I use and how much do you risk? So in this video, I want to show you exactly the risk management strategy we use. This 3-step system taught all of our unprofitable or break-even traders how to lower their risk and maximize profits. So the 3-step system is called PCP. So let's start with the first part of the system, which is P. It's predefine your loss. So every single day you want to have how much you want to risk per trade, how much you want to risk per day, and what are your profit targets. One thing that I'm really passionate about is setting goals and having standards. Is that if you're going to start a week with no goals, no maximum loss you can take for that week, no profit targets, you're just randomly trading, hoping for the best, how do you expect to succeed? Take 2 people for a standard. One person doesn't have goals and just trades to trade, and this person is organized. He knows he has to risk 2% for the day. He knows he has to risk 1% per day, and he has a profit target of 3% per week. Who do you think is going to be profitable? Who do you think is going to succeed in trading? If you guys don't know how to calculate your positions, we can use a system called a risk management calculator that you can find online. You can plug in how much your account size is, how much you're going to risk per trade, and it's going to show you exactly the lot size you're supposed to use. So if you're a beginner with trading, I would really recommend you use a position size calculator in every single trade that you take. So now that you understand your targets, how much you're going to risk for the day and how much you're going to profit for the day, and you have that and you follow those strategy every single day, we're going to go on to step 2 of the process. We already finished P, now it's C, PC, which is control your trades. Another big issue that I see is trying to go break even too early, controlling your trades too much, not letting them run. Also taking partials where you're not supposed to. One big factor about all of this is understanding risk to reward. If you're taking let's say you went to a trade and you're taking partials throughout the trade, your actual risk to reward is not going to be the same. You already kind of ruined the risk to reward of that trade. Again, I am a person that does not believe in partials. When you enter a trade, your stop loss, it's supposed to be where it's supposed to be. So leave it there. Don't enter the trade and try to move your stop loss to break even immediately. What's going to happen? Obviously, you're going to get stopped out. One of the easiest strategies to control the trades and have an actual system to be able to manage your trades correctly is having a correct risk to reward. What I usually do is I have a 50% win rate and I have a 1 to 2 risk to reward. So when I enter a trade, I'm always going to go for a 1 to 2. If I risk $100, I'm going to go for $200, and I'm going to move my my stop loss to break even once my trade is up to a 1 to 1. So that is a whole system in itself, right? Every single trade that I take, once it's a 1 to 1, I'm going to go break even and not secure partials. It's just move my stops to break even and keep holding those runners to a 1 to 1. If I have a 50% win rate, of course, some are going to hit break even. But if I follow these rules and stick to them every single time, once I hit TP, I'm going to recover all the break evens and all the losses for the week. So you might have a 1 to 3 risk to reward. So you might want your system to be a break even at a 1 to 2 or something like that. But not taking partials is keeping you in the game 100%. One thing I tell all my students is that you have to let the trade play out. You have an analysis and you have all these kind of informations for a reason. You moving your stops to break even as soon as possible. You thinking that you're risking less and managing your risk, it's ruining your strategy. It's ruining your probabilities in that trade. So always let your trades play out. Let probabilities do their thing. And then the final step of the PCP system is protect your capital. So if you want to be profitable traders, I really talk about we are not traders, we are risk managers, right? Our whole job is to manage risk, protect capital. If you want to protect capital, you also want to really think about emotions in trading, right? This gets super cool. So you have to learn when to be present and understand when emotions are creeping into your trading. That's when you start losing and you let emotions win in your strategy. So one thing I really recommend is journal. Journal every single trade, but don't journal the trade, like execution, and also journal your emotions. So a really cool system you can use is, let's say, we talked about, we're gonna risk 1%, but 2% per day. So you have 2 trades of 1%, right? Let's say you take your first trade. If it's a win or a loss, journal your emotions. What are you feeling? Are you overexcited? Are you feeling a little down because you lost the trade? Write all of that down in a journal. And then be present enough. okay, if I'm gonna take the next trade on my account, is this an emotional trade? What am I currently feeling after taking the loss or the win? What is this an actual A setup, or am I just filled up with emotion, with excitement to take the next trade? Is it over leveraged? Being able to reflect, being able to journal, being able to control your emotions is a really, really good way to control your capital. And that's really the key to being a successful trader, is being present enough to understand what is the best possible outcome for every decision, thinking long term. So using this 3-step system is going to make you 100% at least a break-even trader. Win sometimes, protect your capital, and then take some losses but not lose accounts, because you're managing your risk and you're keeping a system to manage your risk. The only things we're missing from this strategy is a win rate and a risk to reward. Once we understand this and we start implementing it with this 3-step system, that's when we go from unbreak-even to a profitable trader. So tune in for next video, because I'm about to break down what is your win rate and what is the best possible risk to reward to have with that specific win rate. Knowing that is going to make you a profitable trader, and that's going to make you also fully understand your strategy and your edge with trading.